Hey, it's Leo, and welcome back to my channel, and welcome to my music room. Behind me is my CD wall, only part of it, but if I just do this, you can see it goes all the way behind me. So, a massive welcome to my music room. This is my sort of safe space. I record my podcast here, I record my videos and all my music's here. I love this room. Anyway, today's video, I thought I would do something a bit different because I am a massive music lover. I grew up in the 80s. I was buying, vinyl and cassettes. And then the 90s, there was CDs, which brings me to today's video. I am going to count down my top 10 most valuable CD singles. So if you have any old CD singles in the cupboard, if you have parents or siblings that may have old CD singles lying around, you never know just how much they're worth. So on this video, I'm also going to share with you what things to look out for. And you could be sitting on a small fortune and you had no idea about it. The CD single really came into vogue in the late 80s, early 90s. And that's when I started buying CD singles. They were really cheap back in the day, less than $5, sometimes up to about $10, but quite reasonable. And I love the CD single because not only did you get the song that you absolutely loved, but also on the CD, you'll get all these other gems as well. Things like remixes, demo tracks, live tracks, and my favorites, the B-side. I miss B-sides so much. We've come a long way since then, and these days artists tend to hold back those unused tracks for maybe a deluxe version of the album. But back in the day, they would use those tracks as B-sides on the singles, which was amazing. And my favorite CD singles are the ones which have those unreleased gems on the B side. So the tracks which are not on the album, but you can only get them on the single. So absolutely love that. And that's one of the main reasons I love CD singles. And over the years, I have bought hundreds, probably thousands of CD singles. As you can see behind me, they're in order actually. So there's females, males, groups, compilations, soundtracks. But all my albums and CDs are together, depending on the artist. So they're all in order, which is great. So before we get started, make sure you subscribe so you don't miss any of my future videos. Make sure you like this video and comment below on any questions you may have on CD singles. If you have any singles that you're not really sure how much they could be worth, or if you have singles which are worth a fortune, let me know in the comments. But I guess the main thing I need to talk about is, how do you know how valuable the singles are? The first thing I would always ask myself are the rare singles, and the ones which are most valuable are the ones which back in the day didn't sell a lot of copies. So those singles which artists released which didn't really do that well on the charts, didn't really sell many copies, those singles can be worth a small fortune because back in the day, not many people bought them. So that's a really good tip. The other one I have, if you have any singles which are only released in a certain country or territory, so for example, I moved to Australia in 2000, so often we would get Australian exclusive singles. If they have different artwork, if they have different mixes which are not available anywhere else, and that's a good indication for you that that single could be worth a small fortune. You never know. And another thing I would also check out is the website Discogs. It is amazing. It's an amazing site where you can actually upload all your music into like a database. So you can see exactly what singles you have, what artists you have. And also, when you upload all your content onto Discogs, it tells you the minimum, medium, and high price that those singles have gone for in the past. And that's a really good indication to see how valuable some of those singles may be. So for this video, any cost that I mention at the time of recording is according to what's on the Discogs website. So before we get into the top 10, let's just take a look at the singles which were just outside the top 10, but still worth a pretty penny. Beginning with this one, Kylie Minogue, Other Sides. This was released back in 1998. It was actually given away in HMV Australia stores when you bought the album Impossible Princess. Now, I have the 3-track version of The Other Sides, features 3 songs which are not on the album Impossible Princess. So a really good incentive for fans to get this when they bought the album from HMV. Now, initially, there was a 6-track EP featuring 3 live tracks as well as the 3 non-album tracks. This was actually pulled because Kylie wasn't happy with the live versions of those tracks, but a few copies did get out into the public. But that version, which I don't have, unfortunately, goes for as high as $1,700 on Discogs. Incredible. So if you have that version of this, the Other Sides, the 6-track version, that is worth a fortune. Next one is Mariah Carey, Fantasy, from her 1995 Daydream album. This is the remix CD single from Australia, and this features 5 remixes of Fantasy. And according to the Discogs website, this goes for about $121. There you go. Not bad for a single I paid about $5 for back in the day. And the next one from 2012, Kylie Minogue with Time Bomb. Now, this single was released to celebrate Kylie's 25th anniversary in the music business. This single features the single version, the extended version, and the video. Now, as you may be able to see, or may not, this is actually still sealed. I've not opened this. So this is a mint condition. And this goes for about $121 on Discogs. So yeah, I love the song. Great video, great track from Kylie to celebrate her 25th anniversary in the biz. Next one, and we're back to the queen of the whistle notes, Mariah Carey. Once again, this is the Australian CD single of Forever. Now, this track was only released as a single in Australia, I think in the UK. Not many territories got Forever as a single, but this is the Australian version. It's different from the UK version. The cover art is different. And this track features the track Forever and Underneath the Stars from the Daydream album. It also features live tracks of Forever and Make It Happen. This goes for about $121 on Discogs. So a great addition to my Mariah Carey collection. This next CD single is worth nearly $130 on Discogs. Puff Johnson. It's called Forevermore from her album Miracle. Sadly, we lost Puff Johnson to cancer back in 2013. She had an amazing voice, and this is one of my favorite songs from her debut single from Miracle. This is a 4-track single from Australia. And yeah, I've always loved the song. Rest in peace, Puff Johnson. Incredible vocalist and taken from us way too soon. So if you have the single, it is worth a lot. So those were just a few singles just outside the top 10 of my most valuable CD singles. Now it's time for the top 10, beginning with number 10, Mariah Carey. Anytime You Need a Friend from her Music Box album from 1994. Once again, this is the Australian CD single, different cover art, and it has 4 remixes of Anytime You Need a Friend. Now, remember how I was telling you earlier that CD singles are worth more if they didn't really sell many copies or weren't a popular single? This was the 4th single from Music Box. I think it reached number 12 in the US. Didn't do as well as Dream Lover and Hero and Without You. So this one is worth a small fortune, about $130, and a great addition to my Mariah Carey collection. And number 9, we're going back to 1991. Kylie Minogue with Word Is Out. This was the lead single from her album Let's Get To It, the last album Kylie done with hitmakers Stock Aitken Waterman. Now this is the Australian version of the single. There's the back cover as well. And back in the day, they had these little pictures on the disc, which is really cool. So this is a CD single from Australia, features 3 tracks, including the single Word Is Out, Say the Word, I'll Be There, and Word Is Out Summer Breeze 12-inch mix, which is on that single. And to be really honest with you, this is not really one of my favorite Kylie tracks. It's probably one of my least favorite tracks, but this one is worth about $150 online. So I am keeping this one. As we head into number 8 on my top 10 most valuable CD singles, once again, it's Kylie Minogue. I've been a massive Kylie fan since 1987 when Kylie released Locomotion. So most of my collection, I've got all her albums and singles. So it was no surprise that they are worth quite a bit of money now. And this one is worth about $180 online. Tears on My Pillow. Now, this was the last single from Kylie's second album, Enjoy Yourself, in 1989. Now, this is once again is the Australian CD single. Now, the CD single features 4 tracks, including the song We Know the Meaning of Love, which is not on the album Enjoy Yourself. So once again, back in the day, to get that song not on the album, you had to buy the single. Now, Tears on My Pillow isn't really one of my favorite Kylie tracks either, but I love We Know the Meaning of Love. So I'm so pleased I've got this in my collection. And it is worth about $182 online. So yeah, this is also not going anywhere. As we head into number 7, it's Queen Kylie again. Now, this one here is from the US. This was released back in 2000. It was on her album Light Years, which is her comeback pop album. Absolutely loved Light Years, and I love this track from the album. It wasn't really released as a single, but it was released in the US as a limited CD single through independent label Blue Plate Records. Now, this one here is Butterfly. This is the back. This is the 5-track version of Butterfly. Now, there is a 9-track version, I believe, but I don't have that one. I remember getting this one as an import from HMV back in the day, and it's one of my favorite tracks from Light Years. Absolutely love Butterfly. And like Tears on My Pillow, this single is worth about $180 online. As we go on, yes, number 6, once again, is Kylie Minogue. This time we're going back to 1998. And this track is from her album Impossible Princess. This is Cowboy Style. Remember how I told you at the start, CD singles can be quite rare if they are released in certain territories. Well, Cowboy Style was released in Australia only, and this single features the track Cowboy Style. Love Takes Over Me, which is also on the other side CD, and the Cowboy Style video. Now, if you can see really closely, I bought this one back in the day for $7.95. This one is valued at nearly $200 online for this 2-track plus video CD single. So yeah, a great addition to my collection. All right, we're heading into the top 5. And no, it's not Kylie, it's Celine. We're going back to 1996. And this single is from Australia. It's All Coming Back to Me Now from Celine's album Because You Love Me. This is a 5-track remix single featuring 5 remixes of the track. And one of my favorite Celine songs. I adore this track. Great remixes. This little baby here goes for nearly $245 online. The Australian remix CD of Celine Dion's It's All Coming Back to Me Now. So yeah, I'm really pleased I've got this in my collection. Number 4, guys, Queen Kylie from 1990, from her 3rd album with Stock Aitken Waterman, Rhythm of Love. This was the 2nd single from that album, Step Back in Time. And once again, it is the Australian CD single. And there's the back of it there. And I'm pretty sure it has a nice picture on the CD. It does. There you go. Look at that. Beautiful pictures on the actual CD. And this one is worth more than $230 online. Incredible. And I think I got this one back in the day from a store in Auckland, and it cost me about $10. So not bad. We're into the top 3 of my top 10 most valuable CD singles. And once again, it's Kylie, Wouldn't Change a Thing, the Australian CD single. Now, I've got this in a bit of a plastic sleeve. I'm going to take this out the sleeve. That's the cover there. And that is the back cover. As you can see, this cost me $9.99 back in the day. This CD single features 3 tracks, a remix of Wouldn't Change a Thing, Your Thang Mix, the single version of Wouldn't Change a Thing, and Turn It Into Love from Kylie's debut album. Not sure why they included that track, but that's on this Australian version. This is released by Mushroom Records in Australia. Now, this beauty from Kylie goes for about $485 online. I know. Wow, wow, wow. So yeah, a lot of money, this one. So pleased I've got this, because yeah, this is a bit of a gem. I love this. And I love this cover. I prefer this cover to the UK version. Much, much better. Number 2 on my top 10 most valuable CD singles. It's not Kylie, it's Danny. Sister Danny from her album Girl from 1997. This is the 2nd single, Everything I Wanted. As you can probably tell, yes, that's signed by Danny herself when I met her. I've met Danny so many times over the years, and yeah, she signed this one. So this version is actually was released in 2 CD singles. So back in the day, especially in the UK, they would often release CD singles as CD1 and CD2. So CD1 may have some B-sides and live tracks. CD2 may have some remixes. So, of course, I always got both of them. And this one has some remixes of Everything I Wanted. I think it has 4 remixes of the track, and it has a bit of a slipcase. And it has a poster as well. So let's open up the poster. A lovely picture of Danny. There she is. So yeah, a great package. And this is the inner sleeve. And this is just the disc. But yeah, one of my favorite songs from Danny, Everything I Wanted from her album Girl. And this one's signed by Danny herself. This one goes for $500 online. And for this one, I remember getting this one in Auckland from my local music store in Auckland. And I think I paid maybe less than $10. So yeah, not a bad return on a $10 investment, now worth $500. All right, guys, we're heading into number one, my most valuable CD single in my collection goes to Kylie Minogue. Of course, 1991 from her third album, Rhythm of Love. What Do I Have to Do? One of my favorites. What a song. Actually, the four singles from that album. What an incredible run of great singles, great remixes, great video, great visuals. That's the back of it. There it is there. And I'm pretty sure it's got a nice picture on the disc, which is there. And once again, the Australian version of the single features 4 tracks, including 2 remixes of What Do I Have to Do, the instrumental, and the 4th single, Shocked, is on this as well. And Shocked was the single after this. I'm not sure why Shocked is on here, but anyway. And this one, online, goes for, are you ready for this? $758 for this. And as you can see closely in the sticker there, I got this in Auckland from a place called Marbeck's in Auckland, in Queen Street in Auckland. $9.95 this was. So yeah, again, a pretty good investment. $10, now worth $758 online. There it is, guys, my top 10 most valuable CD singles. I really hope you've enjoyed this video and discovering things which you may not know about CD singles, what to look out for. If you have any old singles lying around, you never know. They could be worth a small fortune. So hop online to Discogs, go through and see what's in your collection, what you've got lying around. Put them all online so you've got a database of all your music. It really is a big help to work out what you have. And I would be lost without that because all my CDs here, as I do my camera sort of roll, yeah, these are all my CDs I've bought over the years, and I've always loved CD singles. I really miss singles. Some artists still do them, like Kylie, she does them, but they're getting a bit lazy. Like 1 or 2 tracks on the single, not good. I miss things like B-sides and remixes and stuff. Pet Shop Boys, with their new singles from their new album, they have released CD singles, and on them are remixes and B-sides not on the album, which I absolutely love. They know their market, they cater for the fans, so that's a really, really great way of supporting an artist, and they're giving you back something which is fantastic. You know, you're buying singles for tracks not on the album, extras. We love extras. So really miss CD singles. I really wish more artists would still do them because they're fantastic. So check out your collection, go through it all, and just see how much your collection is worth. Once again, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Leave all your comments below if you've got any questions about this video, my top 10 CD singles. Leave the comments below. Give this video a like, subscribe. That'll be amazing. Until next time, you take care.